Hi everybody, I'm Tom Weiss. This is Foundation Stone, and this gorgeous map behind me is what they put together to redraw Jewish education. This exciting tool is made possible through impeccable research, the highest level scholarship, and state-of-the-art technology.
So we ended up with the highest resolution possible in those days, 10-meter resolution, perfect register, with this one color base that was the single pass of the computer, the Landsat satellite.
If the Torah is the content for Jewish identity, then Israel, the land of Israel, is the context for that content. At a time when students are immersed and being bombarded constantly with visual information, not to give them the visual anchoring of the land of Israel is essentially a game of educational Russian roulette.
Reb Barnea Levi Sullivan, the co-director of Foundation Stone, explores the land with Bible in hand. Personally, I'm looking forward to hearing and asking questions and finding out exactly how this map comes to life.
We have this book, the Tanach. Many great scholars, many communities are fluent in Torah learning. They don't have a map, and they don't know where the places are. So why is this important? Does it have ancient roots, or is this something modern and totally new?
We believe that the Da'ara Tanach map, the DTM, is the most beautiful and impactful map ever produced, and when made of use in the classroom, will allow the students to follow the stories and events of the Bible throughout their educational careers. This is something that will give them a visual anchor from the earliest grades until they finish their education in the classroom.
For the past 150 years, archaeology, scientists, and explorers who knew nothing, but who cared, worked to identify the biblical places. And many other great rabbis, like the Vilna Gaon, worked at developing a map of the country, even if they hadn't been here.
We bring the geography, topography, and archaeology to life.
Personally, I came to Israel, and I had no idea that you could see place after place after place that the Bible describes and understand the context that the verses were describing, and also even understand the verse better. And when I actually go and stand in the place that the Bible describes, I'm moved. I can see the imagery. So we think it's very important to have a map of Israel in the classroom. And Don Be'eri of the Barkai school system says, I have a map in every classroom. Your map is better. Why? Because my map is a north-south map. And in the north-south map, the back of the classroom can't see the bottom. And it's difficult to make out the features. And secondly, the biblical presentation and orientation of Israel is as this map. Let's focus on that just for a moment now to begin with. Kedim, which means forward, is to the east. Ahor, Yam, the sea, is to the west. In biblical verse, often explained by the Targum, when Abraham tells Lot, if you go to the left, I'll go right, and if you go to the right, I'll go left. Right means going south. Left means going north. That's the biblical orientation consistently throughout. So this positioning makes it easier to appreciate the way the Torah is talking. And we'll get back to that in a moment. Another reason why there would be an advantage to having a map in the classroom is today we're going to talk about Avraham Avinu being in Hebron. You see, here's Hebron.
This dramatic map makes the stage of the Bible an invaluable tool for every Jewish classroom throughout the world.
The child gradually watches as each time the teacher shows what happened on the map, you begin to understand that Israel is the context of the formative history of our nation.
And for the teachers, it's easy to use, to learn, and to enjoy themselves while giving it over.
The whole idea here is it makes it easy, but let me tell you from personal experience, I was afraid of maps. But once you do it 2 or 3 times and you get the hang of it, then let's do one easy piece right now from the book of Bereshit, in answer to your question. Abraham, Avram Avinu, comes into Shechem. There's a discussion, did he come in here from the ladder of Tyre or another way? But he came in here to Shechem. And from Shechem he continued south, and he went to between Beit El and Ai. Ai is over here. Beit El miyam, Beit El was on the west to the sea. V'ha'ai mikedem, and the Ai, which later the Jewish people captured, is to the east. And then he continues south. He passes through Jerusalem and Bethlehem, and he comes to Hebron, and he goes to Beersheba, and then from there, he goes off to Egypt. We call this Derech Avot, Derech Avos, the path of the forefathers.
When you put a line which represents a journey, it's following a road. If that road is purely, guesswork, because that's what it would be with anyone else, then there's no validity in the line. So you start with the road, then come the graphics, and then everything else.
Foundation Stone spent countless hours looking at photos, maps, and archives to bring the best materials into the classrooms to empower the teachers in the most effective way possible. We found the materials of Dr. Richard Cleave of Cyprus. His materials are simply stunning in their detail. National Geographic and Time magazine quality images that have absolutely no parallel.
Most of my contribution there was actually getting the data set together in the beginning, because it hadn't been done before, and we were persistent in our search for quality and high resolution, and that's the basis for the data you have.
He spent 40 years and $4 million of his own money to produce materials that show and illustrate the beauty of the lands of the Bible.
The land is constant. I mean, I often think when people go to the land, you don't have Israel which is made for the Jews, and Israel which is made for the Christians, and Israel made for the Muslims. There's a mountain there that doesn't know who's walking on it.
Is this going to help me in my class? Is this going to help me in my subject matter? This is all well and good, grand concepts, Israel, the focus, the context. I need material to help me teach my class better.
Educators and principals are saying to us constantly, give us the materials that will allow us to bring the textual materials to life. Give us the tools, give us the photographs, give us the maps, give us the artifacts that will have an impact on the classroom and allow the students to connect deeply to what it is we're teaching with them. There isn't a teacher in the Jewish world today that would not want to make use of these kinds of materials.
I see in Foundation Stone probably the only educational institution that I know of in the Israeli establishment or the Jewish establishment that actually takes the land as a valid element within the study of its own religious history.
Now, Moshe Rabbeinu says goodbye. He stands on Har Nevo, and the Torah says like this: he looked to the Gilad ad Dan, across to the land of Naphtali, through to Ephraim and Menashe, the heartland of Israel, across to Yehuda and the Yam HaAcharon, and then down in front of him to the Jericho Valley until Tzoar, the same Tzoar that Lot ran to from stone with his daughters, and how we have Moab and Ammon. So actually, and I never realized this till I stood there and had the Bible in front of me, this is describing a sweeping panorama. Look how we understand Moshe said goodbye to all of Israel from here. Why is it selecting those sites? It's discussing a panorama. Let's go to the story of the crossing of Israel. We are based in Arvos Moab, in the plains of Moab, below Mount Nebo where Moshe died. During the 30 days of mourning still, Yeshua sends 2 spies to Yericho, and word gets out that the spies are there. Rachav, the Zonah, Rachav the prostitute, tells the spies, don't try and get back to base camp now, across the Jordan River. Go up into the mountains. What does that mean? Let's look at the map. Here you have the city of Yericho. They've crossed from the plains of Moab, across the Jordan River, into the city of Yericho. Obviously, what do they want to do? Get back to the millions of their countrymen who are here in the plains of Moab. Obviously, what does the king of Jericho do? Line the Jordan River crossings, Mabarot Yarden, with his soldiers. No way will they be able to get from Yericho back to base camp. She tells them, go up into the mountain. I understand the story. I understand the simple meaning of the verse. from understanding the topography.
We have now seen how the Da'ara Tanach map brings Israel to life in every classroom, in your classroom. I know I'm extremely excited about it. And if I'm excited, I imagine your students would be as well. Boy, that was a terrific presentation.
Thank you, Tom.
How do I get a hold of one of these?
It's easy. Go to foundationstone.org, click, and you're on your way. We deliver this, Tom, in 3 ways to the schools. 1, 4 panels rolled up in a tube, very light, very easy to work with. Second is also 4 panels mounted. You have another option. You can have it down on the table, gather the class around, and talk about how the Jews are here in the plains of Moab and coming over to Yericho, and the kids see it up close, and they can see the individual places.
Wow.
And you can lay out all 4 panels on a big table and do the same thing. The third way is 1 piece. It comes with riveted holes and makes it easy for hanging. And you see the whole country in one shot.
What a beautiful map. I'm only sorry that they didn't have this map when I was growing up.
That's why we made it.
No school, synagogue, or community center should be without this beautiful, innovative foundation stone map.
For more information about the Da'ara Tanach map and other exciting foundation stone products and programs, please call our office at 310-909-8497 and see how land-based education can make an immediate difference in your classroom. Call today.
Thank you for watching this special presentation. You know when it's recess time? Personally, I don't think the kids are going to leave the class because I'm looking at this map and I'm saying to myself, you know, it's real nice and everything, but what happened when I was a kid? I mean, I would have loved to have had this in my classroom.
Hey Barnea, don't forget to turn off the lights.